Hi, I'm Jale. Welcome to this general collective live reading. Hope you're all doing very well. Hope you're all safe. We've had a big earthquake in Turkey, so I'm lighting my candles. I've just made sure everyone's okay. So I hope you guys are okay. Welcome to this Friday live general collective reading. We are one day before the big full moon. There's a lot of energy. I hope you guys are doing well. Thank you for the like already. Hi, Brittany. Thank you so much. I hope you're doing good. Yeah, so how's everyone doing? Rebecca, thank you so much for your message earlier. I really appreciate you. Everyone is doing very well. I say that they're not doing very well. My cousins, they're still in shock. I spoke to the least dramatic member of the family, and they assured me it was pretty bad. So they're all safe. They are in Bornova in Izmir. They are all living there. My aunts, my uncles, my cousins are all in the area. So, and they are all okay. So I'm blessed. I obviously am thinking of the people that weren't so blessed or were in a position that have been majorly affected and lost lives. So I'm lighting my candles. I'm thanking Spirit. And obviously, guys, if any of you do pray, if you can keep Izmir in your thoughts, I would really appreciate you. Hi, Karen. Hope you're doing well. Hi, Egyptian Warrior. Hi, Brittany. Hi, Jenny. So, guys, how is everyone doing? Are you okay? Thank you so much, Rebecca. I really appreciate your message earlier. And if you can pass your sentiment on to your grandmother as well, because I'm obviously, if she's aware of it, I'm sure. And obviously anyone in Greece that's affected as well. And I believe Istanbul felt that. So anyone in the Greek Isles, my heart goes out to you guys. Anyone else affected by it? My cousin is a structural engineer. He's actually an earthquake-proof structural engineer, and I actually spoke to him earlier, and he said it was bad. So when you know the structural engineer saying that, then it's not good. Thanks, Danielle. Quintina, hi. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, so obviously just anyone over in Greece as well that's affected by it. I do think about you. I did actually post that on my Twitter. Guys, if anyone ever wants to keep up with what I'm doing, Twitter is probably the easiest way, because I do post mostly the announcements. Yes, Mia, thank you so much. We have to, I think, take some time. I'm certainly taking some time to thank, because I mean, luckily, well, I say that, I mean, I've got cousins that I've got 5 cousins, 6 cousins, 7 cousins that are in Izmir, and then ones that kind of go in and out of Izmir. So, and then I've got aunts and uncles. So we're at the moment today, we're lucky, but my heart goes out to those who were not so lucky and that are still affected. Because it's not good. And anyone who's been in an earthquake before, it is extraordinarily scary, you know. Is she okay? Is she good? Yeah, is she by herself, or what's she doing? What's she doing? She got people around her to look, because I'm sure that, because my cousin, like I said, I don't, when I'm not there and that happens, I speak to the least dramatic member of the family, because then I know it's not been, you know, and he's usually very grounded. He's the engineer, right? And he said it was bad. So so we need to make sure that our vulnerable people and members of the family are all looked after. She is by herself, but my uncle lives next door, fortunately. So is your uncle with her? Is your uncle there? Yeah, because I feel like my cousin was pretty shaken when I spoke to him, and it took me a while to get hold of him. So I'm assuming he was trying to make sure, because I asked him, I said, I asked my aunts and uncles, because otherwise my aunt and uncle don't use Facebook and they don't speak any English. So, and I'm sure they're not going to want to sit there and mess around with me on a phone while they're shaken up. So I just made sure that, you know, my cousin that helped me out to figure out what was going on. She's by herself, my uncle. Yeah, so hopefully your uncle's okay. The family's okay. Anyone else that's in Greece or Turkey that's affected by the earthquake? It was, from what I understand, it was kind of, it wasn't a deep earthquake. It was very shallow, which means that's when you know it's going to be felt, you know. So guys, take care. Obviously have a plan. If you're in an earthquake affected area, make sure you've got a bug out bag. Make sure you have a plan. You know, get a kind of a sort of an awareness of how to, you know, maneuver out of a situation. If maybe the doors are unable to be opened, you've got another escape route there. Yeah. Just obviously let your grandmother know that I'm thinking of her, because that's, especially if she's an older, you know, more vulnerable, that's even more, you know, that's when you got to try and, because it's already scary for the youngsters. Like my second cousin, he's only like 5 and he was scared, so I can't imagine the elderly, how they're feeling really, because that must be pretty, you know, with mobility and stuff. So okay guys, well, oh well, that says, yeah, no, just let her know that obviously we send our best, of course, you know, this is, yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, like I said, we're lucky. I think we're lucky, because I've seen the footage and I've heard, like I said, no, just absolutely not, you know. And it was in Bornova, which is where all my family live. So that's when, you know, like, you know, so we have to make sure that we're thankful. I'm definitely thankful that I'm not, I'm shocked because I wasn't, you know, I to try and get hold of everyone is not easy, but we did it. So okay guys, so hope everyone is doing okay. There's some changes that I'm going to be making to the channel, but I'm not going to announce that today because I feel like it's a bit, we'll do that Monday, because I'm going to take Sunday to review a lot of information. It is in relation to memberships on the channel that I'm going to be offering additional content and additional information, and I'm going to be putting some extra time in, but it will be from memberships. But I'll talk about that on Monday. Don't think I'm going to talk about that today. Because Sunday I'll be trying to schedule what I'm going to be doing and arranging it, and so I'll have more information for you. So if you guys are interested, I'll be trying to do probably a three tier, but it depends. I've got to sit and look at what type of information I'm going to put in. Like, I'll probably add stuff for manifestation and like general protection, grounding, that kind of thing, like tips. I'll probably do different things for that. I'll probably do meditations and healing, and I'll do extra pick of cards and content. Now, again, that's, please utilize, you know, with the information I'm giving you, I have to sit down on Sunday, because it's Sunday I've actually scheduled a day where I'm doing nothing. I've bundled my workload in for some next week, but I've managed to have a day because I haven't had a day up until now, and I need to get organized again. Hello Hannah, hope you're doing well. So I will give you more information about that on Monday, especially for those of you who want repeat readings and repeat, you know, support. We'll give you a heads up Monday. My schedules, I'm going to be honest with you, is probably the busy period is now moving into November for me. So if you are still waiting for emails, still waiting for recorded readings, still waiting for other information, please bear with me. I appreciate your patience and your time. I'm trying to be fair where I'm keeping these, because listen, whatever happens, I'm still doing the lives from November, because this month, like I've said to you before, is no joke with the energy. And hello Charity, can you email me about your web development stuff? Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you so much. I look beautiful, do I? Wow, goodness me, I must be doing something right then. Wowza, happy Friday to you too. Okay guys, let's jump in. So I purchased a Halloween spooky tarot. It's not tarot, it's oracle, but it's the Everyday Witch Oracle. I actually want to get the tarot, but I opted for the oracle because we need a new oracle, I think. So I got that. So this is the Everyday Witch in honor of our Halloween, that I will be going live on Twitch tomorrow for Halloween. And I do have, I wanted to dress, I was going to get a Turkish outfit. And then I was like, because of the nature of it, because it was Ottoman, I was like, this is so controversial. This is probably not a good idea. See, this is the oracle though, Rebecca. It's not the tarot. I thought I actually ordered the tarot, but I didn't. Rachel, hello. Hope you're doing well, Rachel. Happy Friday to you too. Right, let's have a look. Let's see what the messages are, guys. Oh, I've got a new man stepping forward. Who are you? Who are you then? It says we've got someone's got. Oh. Okay, this is an interesting energy because I feel like. Does anyone ever have this that does mediumship when they get someone really well known step forward and you're like, is this imagination here? Is this my ego telling me this? Does anyone else have that? When you're doing mediumship and someone famous or well known steps forward and you're like, this can't be real. Let's have a look, because I'm sure I've just seen someone that's very well known step forward. I'm like, why? Hello, welcome. Do you have a message? Do you know what I'm being told? So if anyone's ever got any confusion about how energy works, I'm being told that within chaos, you can easily understand energy. That's what I'm being told, though. I don't know if someone's been trying to figure out energetically how things work, or someone's been trying to research, but that's what I'm being told. Within chaos, it's very easy to figure out how energy works. That's going to be a very specific message for someone, because they're telling me it's not for everyone. And have you noticed how these cards, can you see? They waited for that message to come through because it was a really important one, and now they've given the actual message from the cards. That's when you know it's a big message, right? Just a tip for other readers. Oh, who's needing to make a move? Who is needing to make a move here? Look, make a move. Can you see that they're mirroring each other, but they're doing it in the opposite direction? This is twin energy. Who's twins making a move then? Who's twins making a move? Who's twins making a move? We've got meditation for peace and serenity. We can all relate to that, I think. Brittany, bless you. Why do I really like this guy? I don't know why. He's got a... See, this is interesting. The third eye has been lit up like a flame. The third eye has been lit up like a little flame. Almost like someone's intuition has lit up. I feel like this... Can I just say as well, I've got to tell you that, guys, this, because I feel like you're going to want to know this. Do you know how many people I've had come through that have never had psychic readings, who have never had any awareness in the spiritual realm? In fact, the opposite. They've either come from a very religious background or they had absolutely no interest in it, that have come through in the last month and gone, I'm having an awakening. Can you help me? And I'm like, and I've got guides celebrating everywhere, and I'm like, okay, everyone, like, now you're getting me all hyped up. Like, what is going on? It's happening. I'm telling you now. If you can, obviously my sessions are confidential. My sessions are confidential. But if honestly, sometimes I'm like that in a session, going, guides, did you see that? You're the only people that are going to be able to see this with me. Like, did you see that? Did you see that? That's why I'm so close to my guides, because we go through these sessions and we're like, like, even my guides are like celebrating, like, hello, Lily, hope you're doing well. Honestly, I've been sat in a bed for 3 years. I'm literally sat praying, going, I need some help. We need more energy. We need more light on this planet, guys. Please. I was literally begging for 3 years. We need more light. We need more people that are aware. And can I just say, the ones that have been coming through are powerhouses. So if anyone's concerned about, because don't forget, this is a purging energy this month. This is all about purging, right? As unfortunately we know. But what's to come, yeah, there's a lot of energy to come, but it's going to, because you've got to remember, when you're having that amount of energy being released, there's some real strong energy being lined up. And the people that I've spoken to have just, like I said, I gave that example. There are some very, very powerful souls that are remembering who they are right now. And I'll be honest with you, this is the first time in a long time where I'm like, I think this is good. This is going well. This is like in terms of the awakening, in terms of the planet. And don't get me wrong, obviously people losing lives is not good. Of course, for me to say that would be stupid, in my opinion. But when I can understand and see the bigger picture and see that there's souls lining up, getting ready, which they definitely are, we can see where this is going. My Grattan is religious, but lately my life has changed so much that I'm seeking help. Exactly. I believe in God, but I've been using tarot for personal growth. Right. So this is the other thing. I've had people come through to me saying I would never have ever picked up tarot cards. I was told that they were no good. And now, because look, we've got healing waters here. Healing waters. So there's definitely a lot of energy shifts here. And again, people are going to find that very difficult based on who they are, where they come from, their family background, what they're used to, what they're not used to. You know, there's a lot of shifts and changes. Can you see here as well, we've got the fox. That's kind of an interesting symbol there. And in the background, that's really interesting as well. Can you see the tree in the background that's doesn't particularly look that fruitful? Quintina, if you're scared to get tarot, I mean, to be really honest with you, if you're I wouldn't be using anything if you're scared. But I think you need to possibly look into that, because you've got to remember, if you're channeling energy through cards and you're scared, you don't want to be, because like attracts like. I wouldn't be what I would do is see, this is where I'm brutal. I'd sleep with them, me. I'd put them under my pillow if that was me. I know that sounds really brutal the way I've said that, but I would. I'd put them under my pillow and sleep with them and like bond with them a little bit, because I feel like you've probably had possibly your background has been, well, I know a lot. I mean, I've heard of people that hide their tarot cards when family members come around, you know, because it's like very. Now, this is the thing. As much as my mum is atheist, my dad is Muslim. My mum bought me my first deck of tarot cards because I think I was about 13. I might have been younger, but I was going on about her so much that she ended up just going, look, this is your birthday present, take the cards, you know. But I know that from religious backgrounds, for some people, that would have been a no-no, right? But my mum's very intuitive as well, so luckily she picked up on that. She just doesn't use it as, my mum's actually definitely more, my mum and my dad are both more switched on, intuitively wise than I am, in my opinion. Right, so if you've watched a show where a lady's used cards and spirits hunted her house, you've got to look at the wider context. Okay, so first of all, I've done television, and I can honestly say to you, most TV shows are scripted. I'm going to just tell you that now. So I don't know what TV show that is, but you don't know if that's a true narrative, number one. Okay, so that's one thing, right? The second thing is we don't know what that woman's done. If it's true, what did that woman do? If she has been manipulating those cards, right, or manipulating her ability, then yes, at some point that is going to happen, because you are not honoring the energy. For example, I'll give you an example. If you are utilizing your ability to harm other people, at some point you're going to see a reflection back. This is why I tell people that start talking to me about spells, I'm like, don't do it. See, there you go, Rebecca. See, this is what I mean. I must have been picking up on you, but take it to, you need to bond with it. Now, this is the thing. I'll be honest with you. I'm the kind of energy that doesn't scare me. I know that sounds a bit silly, but I don't look. I'm the kind of person that I'll just jump. I'm a Mars and Aries, so I'll jump into it. You know what I mean? And I've got a Sagittarius ascendant, so I'll just jump straight in. Probably the worst idea, but that's what I'm like. And you've got to be, in terms of the lady you're discussing, what was her soul contract? You've got to remember, higher selves, sometimes they'll let these things through because it's actually for the betterment of the soul's growth. All right. Now, obviously, if you're using tarot cards and you're doing your grounding, you're doing your protection, then that's not an issue. But if you're sat here going, there's going to be something I'm scared to channel, I'm scared to do this, then don't do it, because you've got to remember, energy wise, like attracts like. All right. And interestingly, remember the first message, in terms of chaos, it's very easy to understand energy when things are in chaos. Now, my logical brain's telling me, well, doesn't make any sense. But there's something about that statement, and I'm not going to tell you who told me that information, because you're not going to believe me. But someone very important has just come into this reading to tell that. And I'll tell you what, after this reading, luckily, it's interesting. I've got an hour free after this reading. You know, I'm going to be researching that. So, in terms of fear, what is it you're fearing? Because could it be a past life you're picking up on? Could it be a past life that you're picking up on there, where you've possibly mishandled the ability you've got, you know? And if that's the case, then yes, we need to be aware of what that was and why. I feel like it could be for me, because I'm trying to understand tarot as a whole. It's for everyone. It's a general reading. So the trick, I mean, I might even do a video on this, if I'm totally honest with you. But the trick to any tool is, don't rely on the tool. In fact, let me prove this point. I'm not going to use any tarot. Let me tune into the energy. The tarot is for you guys to visualize. Oh, I've just kicked my candle over. Let me tune in here. What is the message? They're giving me the 13th of November as a date. See, that wouldn't have come through in the tarot. What is going on the 13th of November? See, now I've picked up my phone. The notifications are going to go insane. Hang on. 13th of November. So we've got Remembrance Day on the 11th, and Mars goes direct on the 15th. They're giving me oh my goodness, it's Friday the 13th. They're saying, they just gave me that as a date, Friday the 13th. I'm not even joking, you. Everyone's going to freak out now. Can I ask how someone would know if they're having an awakening? Your intuition and your energy is heightened. You're picking up more things. You're more aware. You're more switched on. Your reality would shift. You'd start seeing through people. The veil would be thin. The reality, so between where we are and the actual spiritual world, would start merging more, and you'd start seeing more things, feeling more things. See, this is what I mean. I don't need tarot. I don't need the tarot. But this is why, if you are that scared of tarot, then learn without tarot. You know, I learned without tarot, because my guides told me I had to learn without tarot. I use tarot for the visuals on the channel. It would be fascinating for us too. What's fascinating? What, without not using cards? Or what do you mean? Let me just check what the placements are like on the 13th of November, because they're showing me that as a date now. Oh no, they're just telling me get ready. Here we go. Got to check who's behind me. Right, hang on. Nicole Houghton, hi, you're my favourite, Jale. I love your videos. Nicole, that's so sweet. Bless you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Hope you're doing well. Okay, that makes sense. The moon is conjunct Venus. The moon is conjunct Venus in Libra on that date. So this is going to be, this is for twins. This is for the twins. What I'm hearing is I want you guys to make a note in your calendars, if you can, if you relate to the twin journey. And what I want you to do is I want you to observe the night of the 13th, the dream state, and maybe put a diary or a notebook next to your bed, because there's something here that's being worked through in sleep state on the 13th. Because the 15th is when Mars goes direct. You've got the and then you've got the 17th is Mercury retrograde shadow period ending, and then you've got the galactic center going direct. But I feel like there's a bit of a timeline shift on the 13th, because I keep they're saying it splits. They're saying there's a total timeline split. This is going to be interesting. They're saying it's going to be do you know what they're showing me? They're showing me there's a fruitful road, and then there's a it's interesting, because the way that the timeline splits. When was Prometheus going direct again? On the 7th. So we've got a staggered approach here. We've got the 3rd. Oh, see, this is where I've messed up. I put all of my schedule and the astrological placements in one thing, and I'm each day I'm having to scroll down. So this is what I need. I don't know if anyone can help me understand what the best way to do the schedules are, because I'm like, okay, this is interesting. So we've got Mercury going direct on the 4th. Okay, then on the 6th we've got I've just realised we've got something on the 6th for me personally that I've just realised, because my Chiron is now conjunct my IC. But anyway, then on the 7th we've got Prometheus going direct. Then on the 13th, I'm making a note, timeline split. Whatever you do, just be aware of they're saying you're going to be possibly triggered to make a decision around the 13th. So just put a note in your diary that there might be a push to do something. One path is fruitful, one path isn't. They're saying it's an illusion. You don't just observe it. That's how they're saying it to me. The 15th is Mars going direct. The 17th is the galactic center going direct, and Mercury retrograde shadow period ends. And then, of course, we've got around the 20th, 21st is when Sagittarius season, which is all about healing and temperance, balance, emotional, spiritual balance. All right, so that's your rundown. Then what else have we got? Then at the end of the month, on the 30th, we've got the Neptune retrograde ending as well. All right, so Neptune retrograde ending is going to be hilarious because it's in Pisces. So I'll tell you what's going to happen is people's third eyes are going to be like boop, which is what that card's probably telling us. So it's like this staggered approach. So on the 13th, they're saying you must just observe, because they're just showing me a fishing line, and it's like it's a bit baity, if I'm totally honest with you. Do you have a suggestion for keeping up with current astrological things? So Lily, what I do is I do mine manually, but if anyone can recommend Lily an app, I don't know of any free apps that would update on that kind of thing. I think they're all paid for. So if anyone's got any suggestions, let Lily know. But for me, I go in and manually. So what I'll tell you how I do it a little bit. I'll briefly do it, and then if you want to know more, I'll put that in a video. What I'll do is I'll channel what I need to look at, right? So they'll say, yeah, Lilith, go and look at Lilith, and I'll go in and I'll take a look at what Lilith is doing in the collective, but also in my chart, right? My phone's now, hang on a minute, my phone, let me put my phone on silent, otherwise this is going to get like interesting. So I'll look at the charts on astro.com, right? And then I'll take a look. Now, if in the next couple of weeks I can't see anything, then I'll listen to the guides. And if they give me a date, I'll take a look. Exactly as you've just seen me do it. Exactly as you've just seen me do it. That's how I do my astrology. So I'm not a traditional astrologer. I channel the information. I will look on the chart and I can see it. What they do is it's like it's mapped out to me. So I'll look at the chart and to be honest with you, it feels fifth dimensional when I look at it. So is that a transit chart you'll be looking at? So what I do is I go on astro.com and I look at the transits. Yes. So I'll look at, for example, you can do this is where it gets more complex. You can do like a heliocentric, you can do a geocentric. So it looks at where the position of the Earth and the Sun is. Sometimes I'll switch from a heliocentric, which is where you look at from the position of the Sun and the planets. Sometimes I switch because remember what I said to you about the Sun, especially in this moment in time, I'll switch between the two, especially if I can't see anything on the normal transits, then I'll start switching it up, right? Then I'll start looking at asteroids and I'll look at like, the beauty about astrology is you can go as in depth as you want, because there's so much to it, and it's like there's always new things being discovered. So my learning has begun at 13, and even at 39 I'm still learning it, you know. So but that's how I do it, and obviously you find your own way if you feel like that's just slightly, because the astro.com is more, I think, advanced. There is another website you can use, it's called Astroayuda, ASTROAYUDA.com, and that's actually free. but it will just list you an actual report as opposed to, and it doesn't so much give you transits, it's more just your natal report, if that makes sense. Right, any other, hang on a minute. I've got a coffee I forgot about over there. And I was, oh my God, I love coffee. Right, let's see, is there anything else, Spirit? Now they're giving me another day. Here we go. Do you know what's weird? I've just had St. Andrew Day. Since Andrew's Day in Scotland's just jumped out to me, and I don't know why. That was on the 30th of November. Something about the 30th of November here. Worker bee. Someone else said that to me earlier as well. I'm a worker bee. My ascendant is progressed in Capricorn. Right, let's see. What other messages, Spirit? Oh, ha. Guys, it's on. Why is there no camera here showing the cards? Why? I need someone technical to help me with this camera setup so I can have multi-positional cameras. Seriously, why? That would have been, honestly, if you'd have seen that. Oh. This is where it gets so frustrating. The thread. Look at that thread, right? Can you see there's a rainbow by the thread? But I've moved that card out of the way, and guess what card was underneath that card? Guess what card? In fact, no, before I show you that. So that came out and the sword came out with it, right? So again, the thread is being cut. Okay, so we've got thread and the sword. There's an attachment here that's outdated, which again could have been coinciding with this 13th. Okay, so I want you to all make a note of that date, because this is what it links to. Because now they're telling me now to use this card to show you this part, right? So I know I'm a weirdo, and I think people are going to be in this chat going, this girl's really odd. I know I am, right? I don't know what else to say to you, but yes, I am. Okay. So there's a thread being cut. Could be a karmic energy. Okay. But there's a card that was hidden under the thread card. This was the card. The one. You cannot make it up. The one. So we had the thread and then we had the sword. So Rebecca, I know, right? I know, right? We've got the thread and we've got the sword. Oh, bless you, Karen. Bless you, Karen. So the sword has come and cut through what no longer serves. And what does that leave? What does that leave? The one. Now, I'm showing you this afterwards, but again, if you'd have seen that live, that would have been all. I'll tell you what, my guides, they're on form today, aren't they? They're my guides are too clever. The way they did, and it landed perfectly because I didn't see it. This is the bottom of the deck. The castle. Can you see there's a diamond studded eye there with a rose? We just saw the first card with the flame in the third eye lit up. This is an awakening. I tell you what, this end of this month, people are going to get to the point where it's like their intuition is on point. Big style. Big style, big style. Let's go with the tea leaf. They're very, very particular about when I use these cards as well. And I get told off if I put them on my lap. I don't know why that would be, but okay, Spirit, we're going to trust you with this, of course. Interesting. Let's see, Spirit, what is it you're trying to show us here? Uh-oh. Oh. Okay, interesting. Oh my goodness. Right, let me just show you these cards first of all, right? So we've got the dark man. So the counterpart could be dark haired, dark skinned, okay, have maybe their ethnicity is maybe slightly their ethnicity, their skin is slightly darker, or their background is something that's maybe, says dealings or relationship with a man with dark complexion or hair. So it doesn't have to be ethnicity, it could just be darker haired person. We've got, this is it gets a bit intense after this, right? So that was the easiest part. That's the easy part, right? We've got the crib, birth or conception of a child or enterprise. So for those of you who sat there going, well, it's not going to be me, I don't have children or can't have children, could be a business, okay, new start of a business. It could be a business relationship with your person. It could be a business relationship with a dark haired man, okay? So it could be work, it could be love, all right? Or Rebecca, or there could be a conception. So we're in Scorpio season, right? And what did I just say? We've got a lot of older energies closing out, and we've got newer energies coming in. So just be aware that, okay, this could be a new business, it could be a new project, and it could even be a new person, but it could also be pregnancy. So just watch for that. And obviously, if you're watching this, you should be over 18. So just an FYI. In my age, most of them are grey. Oh, bless you. Maybe, yeah, but this doesn't mean to say he has to be dark haired now. He could be, sorry, he doesn't have to, yeah, he could have been dark haired in his younger years, So, and then we've got gong. It says an exciting event. But why is everything very Asian themed in this? Why is everything, now tell me that I mean, I don't know. Am I something, I don't know, I'm getting Japanese vibes here. Who's going to Japan? Is someone going to Japan? Why am I getting Japanese vibes from that? I don't know, maybe it's just me, but yeah, that's what I was feeling when I pulled the cards out. So let's pull some tarot, but we've also got someone will gossip about all your secrets. I love how they phrase this as well. It's like, oh, lovely. Someone will gossip about your secrets, parrot. So be careful who you're telling this information to. So if you've got a friend or someone that you're telling this information to, no, Rebecca. See, I was going to say Asian as well. And then I thought, yeah, but I don't think he is. I think there's a, no. Wow. Right, where are we going with this? I feel like, no, I tell you what I want to use the Muse Tarot, because I wanted to use that earlier and they told me to get that ready. So I'm going to use the Muse Tarot today. I haven't used that for a while. Right. What about Native American? I mean, yeah, for sure. For sure. Indonesian with long hair and a bun and all, I can't. Wow. Wow. That's wowza. I love how they're like, use the tea leaf tarot. Do you see what I mean now about why I use these cards? Because you're not going to have seen that otherwise. It's not like, well, in fact, I could maybe one day I'll draw, because I can draw. See, this is what I mean. This is where the cards start getting in. This is why I invest in cards. And with the memberships, I will be putting the money into cards and other tools for the channel. I need someone technical that's going to help me do an overlay of 2 dual screens so that you can see all this, because this is where the magic happens. It's me talking and then they're showing you all this stuff. Please do, lol. So guys, for the 10 of you that's liked the stream already, I appreciate you. And for the 29 viewers, I think this is the most viewers we've ever had. I'm buzzing. Okay, so let's have a look. Let's have a look. Right, so what is this exciting event here? What is the exciting event, and what else do you want to say to us here, Spirit? What else can we... Oh, okay. Okie doke. Okay. That's interesting. I can feel like there's a storyline developing here already, because they're doing it in a really... Someone is worried about making a decision that's going to affect their business. Someone is deciding to make a decision. Okay, this is how I want to put it. I need more cards, they're saying. I need... Oh, lovely. I'm just going to drink my brew until you guys are back. You're back, are you? Let me know everyone's back. Back she is. Awesome. I'll take that as a go. Green for go. So we've got... Where did I get to? Knight of Voices. So can you see that hawk? Look at that beautiful Pegasus. Look at that absolute... Can you see that Pegasus that's going through that portal, which is... Look, it looks very much like the sun, that, doesn't it? How interesting. We've just been talking about a timeline switch. One's a very fruitful timeline and the other one isn't so much. This is this timeline. This gong, exciting event, I feel is going to happen around the 13th. Now, I'm going to give you a heads up. For the twins that are watching this, that are going, oh, you know, some of the readings I'm doing this month are very indecisive. People's energy is very much all over the place. And some of them are very clear cut. My definite assumption is the first part of the month, people are undecided about what to do. And the last part of the month is going to be very interesting. Now, it's interesting that the 13th kind of is almost towards the, you know, I feel like we're going to be picking up on that energy in the second part of November reading. So that's going to be really interesting to see what comes through. Because I feel like that it's like a portal. But it's the sun is an enlightenment and awakening. And if you're talking about a Pegasus, now I forgot to turn my other internet on, so this is going to lag again now. But let's just let me close out other apps so that I'm not. Luckily, not many people are in the house, so it's going to be probably easier to navigate. So in heaven, Pegasus is a symbol of the higher self. That's a symbol of the higher self. So the word Pegasus is connected to the god of thunder and lightning, which is kind of interesting. We were channeling lightning a lot. The glorious fancy creature moves on earth and through the heavens, becoming the embodiment as above, so below. So the portal is connecting spirit to earth. That's the timeline switch on the 13th. So the reality and if you come into union in the spirit realm with your person, it's going to ground. This is grounding. Now, can you see he's still in flight here, but he's come out the portal, it looks like. The bottom of the deck is the Hierophant, which is commitment. And can you see it looks like a portal there as well, but she's grounding herself. I mean, she's naked. I don't quite know what that's about, but can you see she's got the torches on the ground? It's like she's been lit, the path's been lit. This is really a big shift, guys. I'm going to just give you, because I've got goosebumps now. So there's a closure of this timeline is closing. Rebecca, I don't even know what to do with myself. I already feel like my body's going into jelly mode right now, because I'm like, like trying to channel the energy and process what I'm being told. Buckle up. Is it frozen again? Or this is so annoying, this internet. Is it frozen still? Guys, I'm sorry. Right, if it's frozen for one person, what you need to do is reboot. If you're on an app, reboot phone, reboot app. So this Pegasus is a symbol of this timeline switch around the 13th that's coming up. Now, why do I feel like the reason they're giving this so far in advance is this full moon tomorrow is going to link to that? There's something about this full moon that's linking to that. But let's jump in and keep pulling cards, because I feel like we're 46 minutes in and we haven't even touched the surface of this message yet. Because what they're doing is, it's like, I feel this is how they're giving it to me is, if they give this message too soon, people are, because there's too many moving parts, people are going to start making decisions that are opposing this. And so they're trying to balance it out. This deck, I love this deck. Why have I not used this deck more often? Queen of Wands. Now I've got real strong energy here. Guys, look at the bottom of the card. Look at the bottom of the deck. The Muse of Inspiration. Wow. Look at that. Can you see? And what can you see the pyramids? This is insane energy. Look at that moon as well. And look at the energy that's being channeled from the pyramid. This is, okay, this is a combination of all these moving parts. The Mercury going direct, the Prometheus, because that's the flame, right? Mercury, the talking, the channel. Because don't forget, once Mercury goes direct, we're going to get a kind of release here, which means the next part is the third eye, which we saw was being lit up. So I think Prometheus comes in with the flame, ready for when Mars goes direct, right? And then just before, I think it's the 16th. Yeah, the 13th is when this timeline shifts. So you're going to get to a point where before Mars goes direct on the 16th, you're going to want to push forward. Don't. This is why they're saying observe. They're giving you all these tools ready, but they're going to make you think that it's not going to come, or it's not going to come through. So on the 13th, you're going to want to make a quick decision with something. Don't. That's my information that I'm getting. But if your guides are telling you different, use discernment. But from the information I'm getting here is you're going to have all these tools equipped, and they're going to wait on the 13th. They're going to make you think you've got to go, but that it's the 16th when Mars goes direct. That's when things start moving. All right. So there's a bit of a false start risk here. So just bear that in mind. But this is some really, if you guys, I'll be really honest with you, for the twins that are still waiting for this to happen, the next month and two up till the eclipse on the 21st of December is going to be insane. I'm just going to give you that as a heads up. The energy in November is going to be a lot. It's going to be very confusing in my opinion, but it's going to get to the end part, as I've mentioned, where things release a little bit. And then, can you see she's walking through the flames here? But as you can see, she's got to walk through that to get to this portal. This is the Muse deck. This is the Muse Tarot, which is by Chris Ann, and she does the light seers. She's the same illustrator as the light seers. This deck's insane, but it's interesting because they told me you need to use the Muse Tarot today. When I say twins, so I'm talking about a twin flame collective that I'm channeling for. But can you see she's walking through the flames? This is, what did I say to you? This is like a, in the last reading, we talked about this fire transmutation energy. And this November having a very intense energy. It's almost like they're walking through that transmutational energy here. And again, can you see there's an illusion here as well? There's a strong illusionary energy. So watch for that. So she's walking through to get to that portal, which is, again, they talk about the pyramids being a portal, don't they? But this time the portal's going to the moon, which is the emotional side, isn't it? The moon is about the emotions. It's also about intuition. It's about illusion, all right? But can you see, this is the Queen of Wands, Queen of Inspiration. She's got the sun behind her here, and it looks like, can you see the third eye? What did I say to you about the third eye being lit up? This is a combination of higher selves working And if I put these two next to each other, you're going to see this more clearly, to actually bring this into alignment here, to make all of these transitional energies to come into a certain point to then manifest. And again, we bring it back to the gong, an exciting event. I mean, you could say she's strumming strings. It looks like the strings are from her hands. It looks like this is a manifestation energy, because there's no strings underneath, but there's strings going from her hands upwards, and it's again rainbow colored. One of them connects. She's intuitively manifesting with the higher self, with the help of the higher selves. They're bringing this into ground. They're grounding this energy through this almost kind of fire-based portal, you know, through this energy that is has needing to ground, because it's not quite grounding. So there's a lot of energy that's being kind of manifesting, but it's not in the reality yet. It's not kind of grounded yet. Very strong, very, very strong energy. Okay. Why did that land here? Why did that land here? So that marks the end of karmic energies and ties. There's going to be a very strong severing, as I mentioned before, with the red string and the sword. There's going to be a very strong severing of karmic energies, influences, relationships, business ties, neighbors, friends, families, co-workers, you name it. Whoever's karmic, you're going to start seeing this energy backing away. Yes, twin flame energy, yes, but also around other counterparts and other people that are not in alignment, not in your soul tribe. You're going to start seeing people slowly being disconnected. And it's interesting, isn't it, that I said I'm going to review the lives at the end of November, because I've always said I'm going to get you guys to a certain point, because I don't want to just leave you in a position where you're confused, because I know people rely on these lives. And I don't like the idea of just being like, whatever, you know what I mean? Like, no, we're not going to do that. So like I said, it's interesting how this energy is grounding around the end of the month, and I'm reviewing the lives as well. It's like, it's almost like they wanted me to get to a certain point, so that with this energy, this twin energy, this cat, because the collective I'm channeling for is a certain group. So sometimes I'll channel for the whole collective, which is everyone, and sometimes I'll channel for groups and pockets of energies. It depends what they want. Again, I'm not in charge. So yeah, so as I say, guys, there's a lot of shifts happening here, but the 13th is going to be, now what I want you to do is not, if you set your phone and go, oh, there's nothing happened on the 13th, pay attention for small subtle shifts, because I don't know how intuitive you are. It might be that you're not going to immediately see that, but I feel like just watch for things happening on the 13th, because you're going to be given a very clear indicator, because they're just showing me a traffic light and it's gone from red to green. So they're saying things are going to be moving very, very quickly. So what I want you to do is, if you're, I have a tattoo booking on that date. Okay, has it got someone's name on it there? Not something like that. What's the tattoo? Why have I got a bird? Hi, Kasana. Hope you're doing well. Why have I got a bird? It looks like a swallow. I keep seeing birds. How you doing, Kasana? Wow, guys. This is it. Look, the Two of Cups and the Knight of Cups. Can you see the horse that Pegasus is grounded? The horse landed. Pegasus landed, and can you see he's tamed? How do they do this? How do they do this? How did they know this card would come up? Oh, you have a bird on your hand, do you? Beautiful, very beautiful. How did they know that this? Can you see we've also got the golden ratio behind us here, which is essentially the marker of life, isn't it? It's the golden ratio is the rule of life. It's the grand design of the universe. I'm good, thanks, Kasana. Yes, I'm very well. Hope you're doing well. So the horse landed, but it's interesting because it looks like the horse is actually inside the ocean. So it didn't just land on ground, it's landed in a pocket of emotion here. So I feel it's a very beautiful card. I feel like, as you can see, we've got a very strong emotional response that's going to be happening because they're both swimming in the ocean. So it's going from this astral, like, oh, well, it feels like this could happen and it feels like this should happen and it feels like this is my person, but I'm not seeing a physical reality to reflect that, right? But then it goes from that to this very intense emotional energy that is extraordinary. It's like a wave of emotion, very similar to the Cancer reading that I've just done, actually. And just FYI, the Scorpio reading is being uploaded, and Scorpio's reading was very definitive, the answer. The Scorpio reading was like, this is what I'm doing. And I was like, okay, Scorpio, you know. So there's a strong emotional realization here with this energy that's, again, it feels like this transmutation, the healing has come through, and it's kind of been grounded in this emotional energy that is undisputable. It's not something that you can sit and go, but is this what I'm feeling, or is it not what I'm feeling? No. Oh no, you're going to know exactly how you feel, you know. Okay, that was a little bit of a random energy there. This is interesting. Why do I feel, well, hang on a minute, what am I, let me just clarify this card. It's interesting because I'm looking here at this energy and we've got the devil. We've got the devil card here, which is, again, it's the lower energies. It's codependency. It's fear. Sorry, guys, I'm just trying to get this focused. Hi, Jane. The devil card. So we've got this butterfly transformation here at the back, which, again, I feel we're going to be going into more sort of Sagittarius season with this fire energy. But the devil is about, again, old sort of karma, you know, resolving that karma. Yeah, resolving the karma and closing out the karma. But it's interesting because we've got the Four of Swords that came out with the devil. So it's like something's not quite closed out, it feels. Because we've also got the Queen of Pentacles and the Awakening here as well that came out. So there could be a karmic that, yeah, because it came out with the Eight of Inspiration, which I think is Wands. So there's communication here. So it feels like there could be a closure of a karmic cycle, but then the karmic comes back. Let's have a look. Let's see what else they're going to show us here. What is this Queen of Pentacles, the Awakening, and Eight of Inspirations, the Devil, and the Four of Swords about Spirit? Yeah, look, the Tower card is in the reverse. Something hasn't quite closed out. Look, the Tower is in the reverse. Can you see? And it came out like that. Bottom of the deck, the Four of Pentacles. Someone's holding on to something. There's a karmic tie that isn't closing out here. There's a karmic tie that isn't closing out. So it's like you're going to get a kind of, some of you, not all of you, this is for some of you, it will close out. So I feel like it's dependent on the 13th possibly as to what narrative. Do you remember I said there's two timelines? This feels like the second timeline. So you guys are going to have to be super careful. I feel like there's two timelines here that we've just jumped into. The first one, which is where it closes out and that's it, reuniting. The second one, which is depending on the 13th, there's an additional add-on that kind of pulls this energy and sort of extends it a little bit, which would make sense to the readings that I've been doing this month, because they've all been, it wasn't necessarily closed out, because if it was closed out, it wouldn't have come back, but it was ignored. There was well, Kasani, you'll have to listen to the first part of the reading, hun, to understand what that meant, because I covered that at the beginning of the reading. Yeah, 10 of Swords, 5 of Wands, 9 of Cups, this is dependent on the 13th. This is it's a mental fear. Someone's trying to hold on to something because something's in their head that's this is interesting. This is going to be dependent on your actions around the 13th. If you are, is a test that's coming in, it's going to be different for everyone. You're going to be utilizing or offered a shortcut to this. If you take the shortcut at the expense of you and another person, this is going to come back around again and bite you. So you need to be very careful about any decisions you're making on the 13th, because this is what I'm getting is like, let's say, for example, you're in a twin situation and you have an opportunity to fast forward things a little bit quicker than, and the karmic hasn't been closed out yet. That's going to, the 13th, it's going to be an opportunity for that to happen. It's like they're going to offer you an opportunity of getting revenge. I know that sounds a bit dramatic, but that's what they're telling me. On the 13th, for this person, if you take that, I feel it's going to extend this cycle more. You have, this is why they keep talking about dropping into the heart center, because if you start competing in this energy and having drama and spell work and you've got witch fight, you know what I mean? Like, no, just absolutely not. Now, that's not going to be for everyone, because some of you are going to sit there and go, we're not doing this. Let's just be sensible and close it out. But for some of you, because we've got two very polarized energies we're channeling here, someone is going to start getting their ego involved and throwing out other bits and pieces, and it's going to extend this a lot more. So don't get into this. My suggestion would be careful what you're entertaining and getting into, because this is they're testing you a little bit here. They're testing you. Okay, guys, this was your reading for today. That's me for today. So if you want to join me tomorrow on Twitch, the link is in the description box. I don't tweet out about that because Saturdays, it's like, I don't know, it takes me 5 million hours to tweet out all my other streams. I don't bother with Twitch. The link's in the description if you want to join us. It's 11 p.m. tomorrow until 1 a.m. I am doing the full 2 hours tomorrow. My Australian lady is going to be waiting for me after my stream. I do my Australian clients after my Saturday stream because it's the easiest time for them. So guys, have a wonderful weekend. Tomorrow's full moon and Halloween. There's a secondary element to the 13th that you're going to probably get a glimpse of tomorrow. Try not to react. Take care, guys. Thank you for your support and your likes. Bye.